Spoiler alert!
All right. Welcome to Spoiler Alert. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Dustin.
Oh, boy. I just got off of a 9.5 hour workday today, and I went to go see Jurassic World Dominion Thursday. And, oh, boy. This, talk about the biggest fucking bag fumble in the world. My God.
Yeah. I mean, how do you want to do this? You want to say this is what they should have done, or how do you want to even fucking start this fucking thing?
Yeah, there's a lot to even start. Let me put it to you like this. The Jurassic World trilogy is the middest movie trilogy to ever mid. When the first Jurassic World came out, I was like, oh, God, this is crushingly mediocre. But I was like, Chris Pratt is really good in this. Like, there were some cool things about it, but when I said that on my personal Facebook, I thought I said your baby was ugly. People thought I said that their baby was ugly when I said that. It was like, how could you say that? I'm saying here, like, there is a good movie here. It's just not connecting with me. And I was excited about Colin Trevorrow getting the chance to direct this because I loved Safety Not Guaranteed. And I sat here and I was like, this should be great. It's not connecting with me. And nothing happens. And then you have Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which if I had to choose any of the sequels I could say I kind of like from Jurassic Park, it would be that one. Because that had a style and a flair to it. There was a lot of the Spielbergian atmosphere to it. It's just that there were some ideas that just didn't work about it. Like the human clone in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And yeah, we're going to get to that right away. I knew I was not going to be having a good time with this movie when the fucking Minions started this off. In which you had the Minions doing their little hello stick as echoes. And then a T-Rex comes out of nowhere and roars at the Minions. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, it's the Minions. It's coming out. They're overexposed. I'm sure every Karen's going to be happening. And we don't get the trailer promised straight up humans versus dinosaurs.
Right.
You know what we got?
Have waited for 35 years.
Yeah. You know what we got? We got Moody Teen Clone Maisie, a botched Monsanto allegory, and locusts eating up all the crops.
God.
Yes, that's right.
I just, I mean, and man, I don't even like, I'm so, I don't want to say like, told you so, but
yeah,
but I guess I should go back to the beginning for myself, unless you weren't finished with your opening salvo. Ahead. So, okay. So, every episode of Spoiler Alert, I say something controversial, and here it comes. I am not a fan of any of the Jurassic World or Park movies. Okay. Let me explain. I want to be a fan. I see people posting the great, bundle deal they got on, the first three films and the second sequel to Jurassic World and all of the stuff, and the logo's cool and iconic. And listen, I get it. I want to love these movies. I want them to be as cherished as Back to the Future or the Batman films or any of the iconic Indiana Jones, iconic Hollywood cinema. I really do. And I've tried so hard to like these movies, and it might, for me, maybe it goes back to the first one. I don't know. I always thought, and if anyone, obviously, if there's any one film that really does it for me, it's going to be Jurassic Park, the original, and that movie is, obviously iconic and whatever, and all of the things, but it just never did it for me. But outside the first one, maybe. And when I was growing up as a kid, like, my parents were lower middle class people. We didn't have a lot of cash. We'd see the big films, like Batman or Ghostbusters, but some of the other bigger films, we'd have to wait for the dollar theaters, remember those?
Exactly.
And so everybody else in the neighborhood saw Jurassic Park, and I didn't. And I had already heard secondhand this, that, and the other, or whatever. And I went, one Sunday night to the 7:00 showing, the after work with dad showing of Jurassic Park, and it was great. It was cool, but and I had the action figures. Even I was collecting the fucking tool shed guy action figure, whatever the fucking action figures they make. I just don't understand how people get so wrapped up in the characters and in the saga of the films when they are so, I feel like they've been playing the same note on the same organ for 6 movies now.
Yep.
We shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be doing this. Ooh, let's do it. They do it. Dinosaurs get loose, kill people, rinse and repeat. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't think that we ever needed more than just one film, and that's, again, this is coming from somebody who just fucking paid out of pocket and bought the first 5 films, on a bundle on Apple, so I could have them for my collection because I wanted to give them a try again. And so that's my long-winded thing. But are we? I mean, on one hand, are we really surprised? Like what my main point is with the history lesson is, I told you guys, this is a terrible idea, right? And on the other hand, totally contradictory to what I just said, all of it. On the other side of the coin, how the fuck do you mess this up when you have new cast, old cast? You could do anything. You could go watch a fucking go watch a Marvel movie and take some notes on how to build 5-dimensional characters, and how to tell a story over more than one film. It's a little Rise of Skywalker-y. At the same time, it seems like they didn't even try to make. I mean, that note that they were playing on the aforementioned organ is just, the pedal's not even there anymore. It's just stuck. So I don't know how I don't know how they blew it so hard.
Yeah. And that's the pet peeve I have, going back to what your organ analogy. Every sequel, they literally go back to the island. Guess what they do in Jurassic World Dominion? They go back to the fucking island.
Well, and also too, not to interrupt, but the same T-Rex really, it's always there throughout the films. It's it's that same T-Rex.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my God. I don't care if you made it
into my talking points right now, which goes to my next talking point. The cynical applause pop moments in this film that aren't fucking earned. When we're introduced to Dr. Alan Grant, he's teaching a class and he stops the class dead for a cynical applause pop to the point that there might as well have been an applause sign over the screen telling you to applaud. That is a huge fucking pet peeve of mine in modern blockbusters.
Well, and they overshot it.
Yeah. And there are brilliant applause pop moments in modern blockbusters, like the portal scene in Avengers Endgame. The No Man's Land scene in Wonder Woman actually got a standing fucking ovation when I went to go see it first day.
Yeah.
Like, those are moments that are earned. Like,
dude, I had people clapping in Top Gun and shit.
Exactly. And even in Spider-Man No Way Home, which when Andrew Garfield comes out and holds for like 5 seconds, yes, that's a cynical applause pop moment, but it's earned. Like, they don't stop the movie dead to have it be an applause pop. It's natural to the story.
Right.
And then we get to the two generations of characters towards the end of the film. And there's dinosaurs going on and shit. And they just stop for a cynical applause pop moment. Just stand there. Like, the applause sign is above the screen. Please applaud. Please clap like Jeb Bush. And I'm sitting there like, my God, this is so fucking unearned. And then the two T-Rexes from Jurassic Park and the Lost World come out to fight the Clonosaurus of the new movie. All the Jurassic Worlds have their own Clonosaurus, to borrow a word from The Simpsons, whereas Jurassic World had the Indominus Rex, and Fallen Kingdom and Dominion had whatever they wanted to call them.
Dude, it's just the cloning stuff. I can't even, just fuck off with it. Like, I can't, whatever, and it's like, for fans of this franchise, I truly do, I truly do feel bad, because what is it that you're clinging to in between films that are now over, by the way? Like, this franchise, doesn't care about you so much that it's like, yeah, we're done. See you later. Like, packing up there's no plans for, I think there's an animated thing coming or whatever, but there's no plans for anything more outside of, the animated stuff, or whatever, besides like whatever comic books they have or whatever. It's like, it's such a mishandled, very like shaken baby of a franchise. It's like, if they polish this thing up and give it give it the Feige treatment a little bit, they could have gone on with multiple spinoffs. They could have gone on, and done a fucking, whatever plus, whatever streaming service plus, Alan, they could have gotten, done Alan Grant, the Wide Open World with Alan Grant. It's like some 22-minute, episodic 4-episode thing that's like his dumb show that he's doing or whatever. That's just all it is a one big marketing thing. They could have done cool stuff like that for this franchise, and people would have fucking gone bananas,
And they kind of did, because on YouTube, Jurassic World released 2 mini films, Battle at Big Rock, and like what would have been the intro for Jurassic World Dominion, which would have been way cooler than what we got, which is now this exposition dump that's already dating this movie. Mm-hmm. The thing you see on social media where it's set to music and text, but this time they have a narrator.
Well,
and going back to what you said, like, when I was watching Jurassic World Dominion, I was like, there is a 3 out of 5 under 2-hour good movie in here that should have been directed by Bryce Dallas Howard and written by David Koepp, the original writer of Jurassic Park. Just bring it on home with the original writer.
Right.
And I'm sitting here and I'm like, there's a lot of cool things here. Like, there's this really cool action sequence with the assassin dinosaurs where people own remote controls that control raptors that can kill people if you just point a laser at them. And it's the scene you see in the trailer with Chris Pratt as he's getting chased by the dinosaurs. And I'm like, God, if you gave this to somebody who gives a shit about this franchise, this would be cool. This would be awesome. And then you have this one character who's a pilot, and you see her in the trailer holding the knife alongside Owen. And I wish she was a lot better developed because she was really fascinating. This was one of those characters you could have done a mini spin-off movie on YouTube for to introduce her. But there are baffling moments of dialogue that come out of her. Specifically, when Chris Pratt is saying, I'm trying to look for my daughter. In other words, the clone from Fallen Kingdom, who is now an obnoxious, moody teen who is like, every time she's on screen, I'm like, please, please get her off. I can't stand her. And then this woman goes to Chris Pratt when he talks about his daughter. Keep in mind, she's like 14 years old. She goes, well, I've always had a thing for redheads. Alana from Licorice Pizza would tell you to chill the fuck out. Okay?
Oh, God.
Like, look. Oh, and we didn't get to the best part yet. Oh, wait. So, in Fallen Kingdom, one of the co-founders' daughter was implied to be dead in the 80s. And when you're time-stamping this, it looks like she died in the 80s. And then we fast forward to about 2007. And then we find out this daughter, quite literally, I'm not making this up, she quite literally fucked herself. That's how we get the clone of Maisie. She found a way to fuck herself.
Wait, what?
Yep. I'm not making this up. We see a video of her in 2007 trying to learn how to make a human clone. And she tests it on herself. And thus, she dies shortly after giving birth to Maisie, the clone of this character.
God, I mean, at this point, I just gotta wonder. I'm more interested in what the discussions were leading up to, like during the edit, right? Or like during the gear up for marketing, or if the pandemic played any role in this, or like what's the studio on this? Is it Universal or Sony, or what is it?
Universal.
God, it just makes me so stressed out because look, man, these sequels, again, I'm gonna go back. You want a fucking legacy sequel? Let's talk legacy then.
Yeah,
these sequels were botched from the beginning, and the beginning being Jurassic Park. When Jurassic Park came out, people were like, oh my God, and the whole discussion about the special effects and the T-Rex and this and that and how they do that, all that stuff for years, right? And so it set the standard. It did this. It scared people. It was, the brontosauruses walking, like the moments of wonder, intercut with the Spielbergian Jaws-y sort of fear, and in the end, the T-Rex roars and the banner falls, and says whatever, what was the banner say again? I forgot. At the end of the Jurassic Park movie. Whatever. There's a statement there.
Welcome visitors or something like that.
No, it's something. Yeah, it's like the greatest. Whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like that's the end, and it's like, oh shit. Okay. As a kid, I was a little underwhelmed at the ending, But overall, I get it. Like, you shouldn't have fucked with nature, and now that's that, and everybody escaped, and this, that, and the other, and shouldn't do that, Mr. Hammond.
Yeah,
you shouldn't have done that. Now whatever. It killed 40 people. God damn it, shutting this place down or whatever.
Yeah. From
there, they made, and I'm not sure how many years it was, but the sequel that came out was horrible, dude. Horrible, followed by another horrible sequel, and yeah, fucking horrible. And then the reboot came with Chris Pratt, and like you said, it was really fucking mediocre. It was. I enjoy Chris Pratt. I think he was great in this. They could have given him more to do. I could have whatever. I saw the military arc where they're going to start to train him as weapons for the military. And I was okay, cool. That's where they're going with this finally.
Yeah.
And I was like really hopeful. Like, okay,
and that's
cool.
one of the ideas I liked with Fallen Kingdom, because at least J.A. Bayona knew his shit enough to make this a watchable sequel.
Right.
And then it sets up the ending where the dinosaurs have entered planet Earth. I'm like, oh, cool. I can't wait to see where Dominion's going. And what I was kind of expecting was War for the Planet of the Apes of this franchise.
Right.
Like this A+ badass fucking movie where we get humans versus dinosaurs. And we don't get that. We get Moody Teen Clone Maisie, discount Bill Gates if you're into Illuminati conspiracy theories, and locusts, and a botched "GMOs are bad" message, to the point that Adam McKay would tell Colin Trevorrow to shut the fuck up. Add this to the list of movies that Don't Look Up haters think Don't Look Up is.
Yeah, again, it's just a terrible idea, and I don't know what they're doing with each. Okay, listen, it'd be different if this was the third movie, right? And people will argue, oh, it's the third movie of the trilogy. No, it's not. It's the sixth movie of a franchise.
It's the sixth movie of a franchise. Exactly.
And what have you and what have you learned? Every sequel you've made has been bad. The only hopeful one that you made was Jurassic World. So out of 6, you got 2. You got Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, and that's it.
And
you can literally just watch those.
At the very least, The Lost World does have some cool shots because it's Spielberg directing it, but it's not one of his best movies. It's a C-tier movie in Spielberg's filmography.
In Park or World?
Lost World, Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I forgot he did come back, didn't he?
Yeah. He directed Lost World.
Is that the third one or the second one?
The second one.
Second one. They did lock his ass into the second one.
Yeah.
What's the one where the thing gets for free in San Diego or whatever?
That is Lost World.
Okay. So there's like one dinosaur that makes it ashore in San Diego.
And then Samuel L. Jackson's daughter, who Malcolm adopts, kicks the Stegosaurus, like doing some bizarre gymnastics thing to pay off a plot line.
And did John Hammond, did he bite it in the original, or did he make it off the island?
No, I think he made it off the island. He died like a couple years prior to Jurassic World, I believe, because Richard Attenborough died in real life.
Was he ever in any of the other films?
If I remember correctly, I want to say Lost World, but I doubt it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, so my point overall being this. These things have been zigging and zagging all over the place. Like there's 17 people at the helm, just pulling it like it's a fucking, a bunch of sheets tied together at a kid's birthday party, and they're trying to fucking tug a war for some fucking PlayStation 5s. And that's what this is like, because in the original is the island, Isla, whatever, Isla Sonar, Isla Nublar, or whatever. Yeah. And then it's no, it's Isla Sonar. No, that was the test island. Now we're going, like, they couldn't even get it straight back then. Yeah. So wait, there's a test island, so it's just.
So Jurassic World is now Biosyn, which is the Monsanto standing company for this movie. Oh, okay. And it takes place where Jurassic World was.
And now, okay,
on that same island.
Right. Okay. And so is that the same island that Jurassic Park was on?
No.
Okay.
Jurassic World was on a different island.
See, just come on, guys. Even just the location, you're fucking messing up.
Yeah. And then you have Wong in this movie. in which in Jurassic World, he's the big bad throughout most of this. And then he gets this unearned redemption arc in which he's like, well, in which they have to pull a plot device out of their ass. Well, I've been developing this pheromone that can cause the locusts to make the humans coexist, make the dinosaurs coexist with the humans, and then restore all the crops. And I'm like, oh God.
Oh, God.
You put a lot of people in danger, dude. You don't deserve this fucking redemption arc.
I mean, it's just convoluted. The whole thing is just very convoluted. To do this thing where there's this juxtaposition between dinosaurs and humans, and have whatever message you want in there, but keep it to that. You don't need mosquitoes and crops and all this like convoluted weirdo shit. People just want to get eaten and shoot at stuff.
And the trailer straight up promised humans versus dinosaurs. This was what the alt-right thought Masters of the Universe Revelation was. But if you watch both parts like I did, that's not the case.
Yeah, those aren't very patient.
This is a prime example of bait and switch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just... you've got people like threatening to march on the Warner Brothers offices if they don't restore the Snyderverse and all these things, right? But like, where
I want the Snyderverse restored.
No, I get it.
It is a logistical fucking nightmare at this point.
Right.
Amber Heard has now been proven guilty of domestic abuse.
Yeah.
Ezra Miller, their shit is fucked up.
Yeah, they need to nuke the whole fucking thing and start over with the DCEU. What my point is there's all this venomous hate, right? Where's the hate for fucking franchises like this? You guys fucking you trip out when Sonic looks like some fucking crackhead river rat and shit, but you guys don't fucking freak out when Jurassic Park sucks. Why does Jurassic Park keep getting a pass over and over and over and over again?
Exactly. And just last week, we watched a really good legacy sequel with Top Gun Maverick. Yeah, I have my issues with it, but I liked it way better than the original. If there was a film that could be improved upon, it's Top Gun, and the writers of that film and Joseph Kosinski improved upon it.
Oh,
and then some.
Yeah, and now we're going to see... Listen, 2 weeks ago when Top Gun Maverick hit theaters, somebody, pushed the panic button over at fucking whatever studio and grab the fucking Goonies reboot and everything else like under one arm and ran down the hallway and put all of those into fucking greenlit overdrive, because that's going to be something that we're going to be dealing with in the cinema world for better or for worse coming up now. And Jurassic Park or Jurassic World Dominion could have really been leading that charge in a positive way, but they fucking blew it, dude. And they just get away with it. People go, oh well, that sucked. That's too bad. I really wanted to like this. But I don't understand how this fucking train's still running.
Exactly. And let me put it to you like this. My theater was so empty at 11:30 p.m. at my 11:30 p.m. showing, which I got up right after work, that I was comfortably able to take notes to do this podcast. And I'm sitting there watching this movie, right at the aforementioned reveal of Charlotte fucking herself. I sat there out loud. I'm like, are you fucking shitting me right now?
Uh-huh. That's so fucked up.
What the fuck am I watching? Those were the things that I was saying out loud. And there was 4 other people in that theater, aside from me.
Yeah, that's super weird.
And this was the latest screening I ever went to since Deadpool 2, because Deadpool 2 was literally the last midnight screening I ever went to.
Yeah, there were no day or night of or night before Thursday screenings that were earlier than 11 o'clock here in Chicago, which I thought was really weird.
Yeah. And yet in Toledo, it was just packed like it was a Marvel movie.
Right.
But if there's one other positive thing I can say about this, I love how little of a fuck Jeff Goldblum gives about this movie. In which one of the lines is actually Jurassic World, not a fan. Like, he's just having the time of his life. He's getting paid. He's not giving a fuck. Like, there was a part of me that really wanted to give it the half star solely for Jeff Goldblum. And he's like the pure charisma here, like in which he has to distract Ellie Sattler. They're in Biosyn right now, and he works at Biosyn, and he puts a clearance right inside Ellie Sattler's coat, and he's being charming as all hell. Like he might as well just have the open shirt and shit. And he's like, "Hey, here you go. This is a nice sweater you're wearing." And he's like putting the clearance code in Ellie's sweater because he wants to shut Biosyn down.
Right.
And Jeff Goldblum gets like the other only cool scene in this where he throws a fire log inside the Clonosaurus and he's fighting him head on. And I'm like, hell yeah. Where was more of this?
Yeah, I mean, again, get somebody in there to give this thing the Feige treatment, and it's just fucking terrible.
Yeah. And then there's the fucking ending. This ending shows you what's going on, but feels the need to hold your fucking hand through it. In which you have narration going on, explaining what exactly they're doing. And then Ellie Sattler and Ellen Grant decide to testify before Congress. And you see them like right near Congress. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And then the locusts help the dinosaurs coexist with the humans. And it just kind of felt like that Simpsons episode at the end when they're all on the island. And then James Earl Jones comes on and says, and then the kids were rescued by, I don't know, let's say Mo. That's what that ending felt like to me. Because they wanted to wrap everything up in a little bow.
So how is it resolved? Is there a post-credit scene?
No, there's no post-credit scene. It's just humans and dinosaurs coexist now.
And the pheromone makes it so they won't eat everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate this. I mean, this just makes me hating it. I mean, I just don't.
This is easily the worst sequel. And I sat there and I was like, maybe I should give this a 1.5 because at least the acting is fine in it, save for the fucking kid. And then you have the one kid who's scared of his own shadow in the Jurassic World trilogy, who's somehow in the CIA now and is able to get them this connection that'll get them back on the island.
Yeah.
And I'm saying they're like, no, I can't justify this. This should have been way better. I was rooting for this movie. I wanted this to succeed. And it didn't. I left colossally disappointed and $10 broke.
Yeah, that's terrible. I mean, maybe we could like get a class action lawsuit going.
I know, right?
I mean, raise your hand if you've been traumatized by Jurassic World Dominion, Jurassic Park, or any of the sequels.
Yeah. And what I've come to realize too is that Spielberg kind of has a curse with sequels because the first movies are always so god tier, like Jaws, god tier movie. Each sequel after that, just dwindling quality.
Right.
Poltergeist. You could debate who directed this. Me personally, I'm on Team Hooper because you see a lot of Hooper's atmospherics in it, but it was produced by Spielberg. It was Spielberg's screenplay.
Right.
And then Poltergeist 2 and 3, dwindling quality. And then you get to Jurassic Park. Again, God tier Spielberg movie. Dwindling quality with each sequel.
Yeah, I mean, no one's going to turn him out like that, you know?
Yeah.
And he has no interest in, I can't even believe he came back to do another one.
And Colin Trevorrow has talent, but he's just squandering it. Because, like I said, Safety Not Guaranteed is a great fucking movie. His Rise of Sky, his Duel of the Fates screenplay was actually really good, but now it made me concerned about how he would have directed it, how he would have completely shat the bed on it, to the point that maybe it could have been worse than Rise of Skywalker. Because the reveal at the end, Rey's last name is Solana, which is a combination of Solo and Organa. Are you there? Hey, Dustin. All right, we had some technical difficulties. Jurassic World Dominion should not have been this bad.
No, it shouldn't have. And that's the thing is, like, why are people okay with this? Why are people okay with this dwindling level of bullshit? Like, I get that we love these films. I understand it, dude. Like, I'm there with you. Okay. But like, why are people allowing, for one thing, to be fucking shitty as hell and not say anything about it? And then for, I don't know, you know, they just lose their fucking shit if they change the year that the fucking Fantastic Four takes place, or if they go with a female Captain Marvel, or I mean, just like, you know, I'm not even going to get into it, right? Because we don't, but it's like the choice of toxicity. Like, dude, like, you should get equally angry, if not more so, that some fucking studio fucking idiot and his budget fucking constraints, or whatever the fuck they want to blame it on, decided to go with mosquitoes or locusts or whatever it is, rather than give you 2 hours of fucking dinosaurs gobbling down on fucking grandmas and shit.
Yeah, and Jurassic World actually had the brass balls to kill off the babysitter of these two kids gruesomely. And every death in this movie is is PG-13 to death.
Yeah. That's what was cool about the original, is like, Spielberg knows how to do death, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, the fucking Nedry and shit with the Barbasol can and all that shit.
Mm-hmm. And then they bring that prop in because fan service. This is what I mean when I say pandering fan service, where you just bring in something because. Right.
I mean, justice for Nedry.
Yeah, right? He's a meme template now.
Did he even get an action figure in this fucking Rebirth bullshit? I feel like everybody got an action figure. Even Sam Jackson's character got an action figure. I don't think they gave one. How are you going to not give one to...
They did give one to Nedry in his original run, yet he was some buff dude with a machine gun. But that's not the case, because it's fucking Newman from Seinfeld.
Did they really make him a buff dude with a machine gun?
Yeah.
That's fucked up, dude. That's such... Dude, like, talk about, like, everything shaming. That's fucked up. That is fucked up. That's my favorite part of this episode. I'm gonna fucking find that, dude. I'm gonna find a picture of that original Nedry action figure.
Yeah.
That character gets no love. He was such a dick. He was so great. He was just such a prick.
Yeah.
He was like, remember he was yelling at the lunch or whatever, like, I'm talking to so and so. He's like, see, nobody cares who you are.
Yeah,
or whatever.
That's why he's a meme template now.
Dude. Right. I mean, I just feel like the fans of Jurassic Park deserve more. There's not even like a long running cartoon or anything for these characters. So why the fuck is everyone so in love with these characters? From one movie?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then they do something that I didn't like. They shipped Ellie Sattler and Alan Grant.
Again?
Yeah. They're a couple now at the end of the film.
Oh, God. They got back together.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they lived happily ever after. The end. Yeah, I think we've discussed all this. Technical difficulties be damned. That being said, be sure to like, comment, share, spread the word of New Realms Media. Follow me on all my socials at New Realms Media. And until then, we'll see you next time.